This is something very dear to me. There's a very big tzaddik. I want to hopefully do this, if I could, every week. I'm very much in touch with his gabayim, at least him, not yet. His name is, they call him the Yanuka. That's what they call him. He is a tzaddik yisod olam, in my opinion. Rabbi Shlomo Yehuda. He's a young man, and he, from what I see, I'm nobody, but from my experience of different topics of Pardes, Pshat, Remez, Drar, Sod, and I'm talking about in all scopes, from the most Lithuanian to the most Sephardic to the most Hasidic to the most Musar. He knows how to take all different opinions and prove that it's really all one. And it's amazing. Because the people that would never learn one topic starts to learn it. And the people that will never touch this guy's books are starting to learn. They don't even know. It's so beautiful. No one knows that they're really learning. And any way you look at it, it's mesmerizing. And I take it upon myself that every week, I get it early in the week. I get 2 of his pamphlets that is Talmidim put together, and I learn it. And I sit down, and this is what I do. This is my Shabbos. I really wanted to do it Friday night after the Suda, but a lot of people can't make it or don't make it. So I sit down, I do it myself. Sometimes if my wife's there, I do a little bit with her. My kids are there, something nice. Nothing. It's not any complex idea. Just he explains how to live in such a devoted way to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You see, let's get to the nitty-gritty. Why are we here? L'maisa. And don't tell me the machloket between those 2 rabbis that they're having, God, this God, that God. I don't care about that. L'maisa, right? We're Sfaradim. Let's talk fact. Not philosophy, fact. What are we doing here? What am I doing here? Seriously. What am I doing? Is my job just to wake up in the morning, put on tefillin, put on my tzitzit, wash my negavaser, do my mitzvot, same routine, go to work, go to college? Well, you know what? I'll shock you even more. It's my job just to go to yeshiva, learn my Masechet al-Gemara, do my siyum, get married. What's the point? Seriously. It's my job to go have kids and so on and so forth. A lady can also ask this question. What am I doing here? Don't I feel sometimes bored, purposeless? It's so boring sometimes. It's like, you never ask yourself this question? And it's not an answer, it's not a conclusion, but it's a thought that a person has to understand. The only thing that we're really doing here is to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu, is to serve God. And how did I come to this conclusion? Because let's say I made $100,000 today. Let's say. It didn't, but let's say I did. How happy am I going to be? I think I'll be very happy, no? How long will this happiness last for? A day, 2 days, 3 days? What happens after? You want more. You gotta get a nice car or a nice house. Same thing. That satisfaction, you know what? I'm going to break it to you. Even learning Torah. That satisfaction, how long does it last for? Not too long. You know what satisfaction is? The greatest satisfaction that never leaves you, but you have to first find it, is when you serve God. When you serve God in the level of, I just want to serve Him, I only want good, I always want to be happy when I do a mitzvah, it's a satisfaction that gives you such thirst, it's unbelievable. It's so delicious. That pizza that he's going to eat now, amen, that pizza, he thinks that's delicious. But when you reach that point of your life, even if you feel it for just 5 seconds, that feeling is all the drugs you can ever. Yuhan made a video. He should listen to this. If 1 second, you just have that feeling of you just want to be litkasher, you want to connect yourself to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it's the greatest feeling. How come we don't feel it? I'll tell you why. Because every time we do something, we want something in return. People that will feel the feeling that I'm talking about, will feel that sense of satisfaction and happiness, are people that only serve God just to serve without anything in return. Now try to fathom what I just told you.
Say that again.
A person that wants to reach the level of such an enjoyment, of such a satisfaction and a purpose, when he serves the Kadosh Baruch, are only people that serve Him and don't want anything in return. That means he can serve God in the highest level and the next day get hit by a car and break every bone in his body. And the next second, he can be as happy as he was 5 seconds ago. Why? Because this was God's will. It's I'm telling you, I'm tearing. It's the greatest feeling in the world. So you ask yourself, how come this? How come what is that? How come this religious is like that? That person. Because when they're serving, they're not serving properly. They're not breaking boundaries. They're not willing to go up that level. They're not willing to do the footwork. They're not willing to do it. So what do you expect? You expect a guy to find love in Torah? He'll never find it because he's not serving properly. He's serving for a reason. When you serve, you have to serve for no reason. It's an unconditional reason. HaKadosh Baruch Hu put me here. That's all I need to know. It's the greatest feeling. It's delicious. And when I hear the Yanuka speak, I get into that trance. When I learn this Torah, because his Torah is him. It reflects. When you learn it, that's how I want to act. I had a whatever. It's unbelievable. So let's learn one thing about it. I don't want to get too long into it. I didn't study it yet. This is the first time I'm opening it, Parashat Vayera. And let's see. There's a certain part of his pamphlet that I really like. It's called Pninei Derech. And he has a lot of parts to his pamphlet, which I go through. But this is something I think most people can relate to. Hashem Yitbarach מתגלה היכן שחושבים לעשות לו נחת רוח. HaKadosh Baruch Hu reveals Himself when a person comes to realization that he wants to make a nachat ruach, a glorification to God. כמו שכתוב, as it says, בכל מעשיך אשר יזכר את שמי אבוא אליך וברכך. In every place that you will be and you want to remember my name, I will reveal myself to you. What does that mean? Pirush. במקום שמשביחים אותו יתברך, in a place that you praise Hashem, ומחשיבים דרכיהם, and you do His will. עושה נחת רוח לשמו יתברך, you do a nachat ruach, a pleasure for His name. Not that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has pleasure or doesn't have pleasure, but you do a nachat ruach. And Hashem comes and repays you by blessing you. Now, you're not doing it for Him to bless you. You're doing it because you want to come closer to Him. By you coming closer to Him, automatically, retroactively, you also get blessed. Which is the greatest blessing. The greatest gift you can ever receive is a gift that's unexpected. A gift that you expect, that's when the issues happen. I'll give you an example. Husband and wife have an anniversary. Right? The wife is expecting a gift. The husband gives it to her. What happens? She'll thank you, yeah, it's all nice and beautiful. But you say, well, maybe he's expecting something else. Why did she say that? Because already in her mind, she blew up a whole image what she's gonna get. Where you take a person out of nowhere, your boss will come to you out of nowhere. I'm giving you a bonus, you did good this month. It's not a lot. $100, $50. You know what you're gonna do? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Why? Because you didn't expect it. Great is the gift that comes unexpected because you appreciate it more. And same thing over here. When you serve Hashem, when you go and you ask for Him, don't do it because you want something from Him back. You're doing it because you want to do it unconditional. ואפילו אם זוכה אדם לכמה רגעים שתהיה מחשבתו רק על רצון הבורא, even if a person is in a state of mind that he wants to connect to Hashem, and even if he just thinks about God for a minute, for 30 seconds, think about HaKadosh Baruch Hu, how great He is, how beautiful is this world and His creation that He made. Azai be'ota et כביכול גם השם יתברך חושב אך ורק עליו. Same thing HaKadosh Baruch Hu is thinking about you that second. You want to have a relationship with someone? You know how relationships are built? By having a connection. How do you get someone to love you? When you always think about them. It's retroactively like that. When a person is thinking about someone, automatically the other person will feel it. It's an amazing thing, and it's true. How do you see this? You see this with couples that are having problems with Shalom Bayit. You see the ones that are having problems with Shalom Bayit, and you see the ones that are not having problems with Shalom Bayit. What's the difference? The ones that are having Shalom Bayit issues, they feel like it's a partnership. You do this, responsibility kind of life. There is no they're not infatuated with each other. They're not thinking about each other all the time. You take a couple that they don't have Shalom Bayit issues. You know what the main reason is? They're thinking about each other all the time. What is he gonna think if I do this? What is she gonna think? Their mind is so dabuk. They want to make the other person, more connected. You want to have that same feeling with God? How much do you think about God every day? I know you think about God every day. But how? Do you think about God that you want to just be connected to Him and do His will and become closer to Him? By learning Torah. You can't become close to Him just by thinking of Him. You have to learn the Torah. And you're not learning just to learn. You're learning because you want to be connected to Him. And you're not adding your own opinion to your learning. Why? Because learning Torah is not about your opinion, it's about fact. How you serve Hashem depends on your heart. Halacha says you have to wear tefillin and it has to be square and it has to be black. No problem. Now how am I going to act on that? I'm going to be happy when I put on my tefillin? Am I going to dance when I'm going to put on my talit? Or am I going to say, oh, I throw my talit now. It's going to fall. Got my tefillin. I have to wrap it. Let me just say Shema, this, that. That's your connection with God? And then you complain? You complain for what? You come with the whole spiel about your life. And then you say why? I tell you why. How is your connection with God? Do you have a connection or you don't have a connection? I tell you the answer. You don't have a connection. Why is God doing this to to me, I do everything for him. You do everything for him. Why? Because you want something. That's not having a connection. That's called being a user. It's called a gold digger. That's what they call it. That's what it is. I'm sorry that I'm using this language, but this is what it is. You're trying to be a gold digger. That's not called serving Hashem. That's called serving yourself. You understand the difference? When you come to that realization, you come to that thinking how I'm supposed to be as a Jew, this is how we have to act really. We have to walk on the street and think about that. This is just a small thing of, what is this, 7 lines I read. Think about it. Next week we'll do something from the next pattern. We have to be מתחזק in our עבודת הקודש.